Regis, Brian. Good. So we're getting the snow, but we are not getting the ice this time, so that's good.
That absolutely is a crucial part of that. Now, of course, if you haven't had a chance to shovel your driveway or get everything cleared off from the last winter storm, you likely still will have that ice underneath all this new fresh snow that is moving in. But the snow has begun. It started, I would say, about 30, 45 minutes ago here in Louisville, a bit earlier to the south and west of the city. Visibility has dropped because of that, but treated roads are handling this so far. There's a lot of salt on the roads, so that's good. But side roads, different story. Temperatures below freezing everywhere. This is not going to change dramatically at all. We will have a slight increase into the upper 20s. That is a plus in the sense that at least it'll keep salt being effective. And that's what we need in this kind of a scenario, right? So here's the entire winter storm. And boy, what a mess from Atlanta. It's even snowing further south than expected into Georgia, into the Carolinas, even to Myrtle Beach, dealing with snow not far from Charleston. But for our area, it's really going to be these bands back here across Illinois into Missouri. These are the ones that are producing 4 to 5 inches of snow at the moment. And that's what I'm really watching for a lot of Indiana and central Kentucky. Southern Kentucky, we're watching to see what happens out of Nashville that may graze you later on. So 2 different areas we're going to be watching as we evolve through this afternoon. Here's a closer view of the snow again. Radar looks a little odd because we had to saturate, but in general, moderate snow showers. I don't see anything overly heavy right now. It's mainly light to moderate, but steady across the region. Traffic cameras show this across Kentucky. Most of the treated roads look okay. Snow just falling steadily. It's getting to Indiana. All right, visibility drops. Some of the snow trying to stick on some of the edges there. Need to watch that. There's 65 there into Jeffersonville, Clarksville area. And in some spots hasn't even started yet, but it is starting in just about all areas. Snow chances going up and up and up as we evolve through the rest of the afternoon into the evening hours. Still looking at a widespread 3 to 5 inches, but as I mentioned, there are a couple sweet spots, if you will, for snow levels we'll be watching down to the south. South of the parkways could exceed a couple spots there, about 5 or 6, maybe 6.5. And then as you get into southwest Indiana, there could be a spot or two that could also overachieve on snowfall. We'll talk more about this and what else to expect for the upcoming weekend here in just a few more minutes, Shannon.
Over the last few days, it's been a little treacherous to drive on bluegrass.
Oh, yeah. Road crews have been working hard, more than 100 hours to try to clear paths, and they have more work to do, especially with the extra snow coming. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg said they are looking to reevaluate their current snow route map before the next major winter storm. The announcement was made yesterday afternoon. It comes as a lot of people across the metro say it took days before plows showed up on some streets. Some residents have said that streets should be added to the snow route map, and that includes Louisville resident Patience Hamblin.
Southern Parkway and 3rd Street, West Southland Boulevard, those areas, little short, just little roads that a lot of people take where there's a lot of traffic right there at that light. I feel like that definitely is a main road for a lot of people.
12 emergency contractor crews will help during this round of snow today. Make sure your car is moved off of any current emergency snow routes, so that'll make treating the roads a whole lot easier for all those road crews. And if you need any help to move your vehicle, you can call 311. And you can look at the snow map also online. It shows you which roads have been treated, and it allows you to actually zoom in on any road in the metro. You can just click on it, see a list of the last times and dates that the road was plowed and salted. And you can pull up Tri-Mart cameras across the city so you can check out those roadways before you actually drive them. Transportation leaders are reminding people to clear off their cars completely before going on the roads. Look at these pictures of a busted windshield a viewer sent us. She says a sheet of ice flew off the truck right in front of her and then landed on her car, breaking her windshield. Fortunately, she wasn't hurt and she was able to pull over safely. Transportation leaders say you should clear every part of your car from snow and ice, including the windows and roof. Pouring hot water on your windshield is not a good idea to try to remove the ice. It can crack your windshield. Also, do not punch the ice. The 2 best things you can use to safely remove ice is a de-icer or using your car's defroster. With the frigid temperatures, a Louisville restaurant that had opened an emergency overnight shelter was forced to send people away after getting a notice of violation from the city. Wave News reporter Noelle Friel stopped by that restaurant as it was telling people they couldn't stay there.
It's sad to all of us because there's a lot of people that's coming in here that they could use just to get warm, and now we don't have that, so now we gotta go back to the streets.
The Streetery has been serving as a safe haven for those without a place to stay during this week's snowstorm. The restaurant opened its doors, offering free warm clothing, hot meals, and a place to sleep for the night. In its short time operating as an emergency shelter, Amanda Mills, a homeless outreach advocate with the nonprofit South End Street Angels, says the business made a big impact.
We were able to get 2 people to recovery. We were able to get a bus ticket for someone to return home. We assisted with 5 families, food, and it was also a safe space for them to come in out of the elements.
Thursday, the restaurant received a notice of violation ordering the business to discontinue use as an overnight shelter until additional permits can be obtained from codes and regulations. A release from the Louisville Fire Department says the business must apply for a change of occupancy permit, even for temporary use, since the fire and building codes have specific requirements based on the use of the property. The restaurant's owner preferred not to talk on camera, but says 7 people were ready to stay at the shelter Thursday night and had to be sent away. Do you know where you're going tonight?
To the streets, that's all we can do. I guess back out to J-Town or somewhere like that.
It's really disappointing when you give your heart to something and you've lived that life, and then you have to tell them, hey, you got to go. It's hard.
Well, the restaurant's owner says that the restaurant will still offer people blankets, clothes, and meals. A list of other white flag shelters can be found on the city's website, and we have a link in this story on wave3.com. And as that snow is starting to come, it's a good time to download that Wave Weather app. Our Wave Storm tracking team is constantly updating that with the latest forecast. Also makes it really easy if you have any great photos that you can share with us, that you can find that app for free in your app store. LMPD Chief Paul Humphrey says an officer who cited a pregnant homeless woman for illegal street camping while she was in labor should have handled the situation differently. Lieutenant Caleb Stewart is seen writing a homeless woman a ticket near the corner of East Washington and Hancock Street in September.